Welcome back to the Photoshop for Architecture Students video series. Now, we've edited out the toy plane flying through the sky in the previous 3 videos. Now what we're going to do is to copy and paste this plane into a scene so that it looks like the plane is doing a fly past. So, in the first instance, what I'm going to do is just to select the image from the background so that I can copy and paste it. Now I'm going to use my magic wand tool, and I'll select the background, so because the background is rather consistent, making sure that I've included this little bit between the wings as well. And then what I'm going to do is to reverse that selection. So in the pull down application, select inverse. So now we have the plane selected. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit through here just to see that selection. Now with the selection, we can then refine the edges of that to pull it in a little bit from the edge to make sure that we don't get any of the blue. So if we open up that Refine Edges palette, you can see here the Shift Edge. We can decrease that selection a little bit so that it becomes tighter to the edge of the plane. So it's very subtle, but you can see through here it's actually moved it a reasonable amount. So I'm going to go Control 0 to get to our extents, and then Control C to copy the plane. Now the destination file is in the resources under the Zelman Cowan building. That's where we're going to put it. Now this is the School of Architecture at the University of Queensland, and we're going to paste in the plane as it pretending it's actually doing a fly past of the school. So I'm going to paste the image in, Control V, and there you can see the plane flying through the air there. You can see it's created a new layer, but first problem we can see is that the scale of the plane is kind of all wrong. Now recall that we can affect the way that we scale the images. If we scale this image down and then try and scale it back up again, we'll actually lose resolution. So before I actually start doing any scaling, I'm going to right click on there, and I'm going to convert this to a smart object. So I won't lose any resolution if I change and scale this. So I'm going to fix the scale first. So I'm going to go to my Edit, Transform, Scale. Now you can see I've got my grab handles there. I'm going to then scale the plane so it's perhaps a bit more believable. Hit my Move tool to accept that. And I'm going to place that up the top through there. Now what I'm going to do is it's banking a little bit too hard to the right there. So I'm going to transform that a bit through the perspective distortion. So what I can do is pull this up through, through here to flatten out the image a bit. Hit that place. Okay, so it's a bit flatter, the image now, ever so subtly. And I'm going to do it so it's almost flying out of the edge of the page there. So I'm reasonably happy with where that is, and we're going to come back in the next videos and start putting shadows and other effects to blend it in just that little bit more.